Hello everyone and welcome back to another Storytime video. And today I am going to talk about how college has really helped me in life. Now, without college, I probably would still be working in a factory as an operator. Now, that as an end goal in life isn't the worst, and I'm not trying to portray it as terrible, but uh, I've already expressed my feelings about how I feel about working in a factory. Um, it's not my favorite thing to have done. Um, Whether it's working as an operator, which I probably would have still been doing to this day, although I probably would have gotten promoted within that factory that I was working at the time, if I hadn't have gone back to school. Because I had to wait to go to school or to go to college after I graduated high school. So I worked as a factory in between um, high school and college. So I worked at a factory in between there, and so if I didn't go back to school, I might still be at that same factory, and if I would have stayed there, I probably would have gotten promoted. Um, but because I was there for 2.5 years anyway, and um, I knew I could do almost anything in that factory that wasn't forklift driving. From an operator perspective, I could basically run any machine and I could do any task that they wanted or needed me to do. During COVID, they had me cover one line one day, and then they would have me cover another line another day, and it was crazy. I need to go more in depth about working in a factory during COVID, but going to school for IT has really helped me in the sense that it has given me a career that I can be really happy about. I was not miserable working in a factory. I don't want to say that, but IT is something that I wanted to do since I was in high school. And if I was working in a factory, I couldn't have done IT. So I got to go to school and um twice actually. So I went to school. I went to a tech school in state, and then I took well I took a year, not on purpose. I didn't think that I wasn't sure if I would go back once I graduated, but I did go back after 15 months, or 15 months after leaving the tech school, and I went back to school for online stuff. So I was able to work and do the school online. So thankfully, after graduating college, or after graduating from the tech school, I was able to get some work experience and all that. And school helped me in the sense also not only that I could have a career, but that or a career that I really enjoyed, because I think you could make a career out of basically everything. But I was able to do something that I loved and that I love. I don't want to put it in past tense, but something that I love and that I am passionate about. And um, it allowed me to get good jobs. So I've had thankfully good IT jobs, and I can say that. And um, honestly, I would encourage anybody, and this is part of the reason why I'm making this in May, and that there's probably there might be a high schooler or two that are about to graduate high school or that are at the end of their junior year and they're trying to figure out what they want to do, whether they want to enter the workforce when they graduate high school, enter the military, or go to college. I think either one of those are great. I can speak on the former and the latter. Well, I can speak on entering the workforce as soon as you graduate, because there was like I graduated high school and then 2.5 weeks later I was clocking in to that job, that factory job. Now, um, I haven't served in the military, so I can't speak on that. But um, if I would say if you're deciding between entering the workforce when you graduate high school and or deciding to go to school and try to do whatever it is that you want to do, if you have the means, especially if you have the means, thankfully, uh, one set of grandparents that I had, or that I have, I don't know why I keep speaking in past tense. One set of grandparents that I have had saved some money for all their grandchildren, and uh, thankfully I was able to go to school not once but twice. Thankfully, because it wasn't too terribly expensive. But thankfully, I was able to graduate not once but twice with no student debt. And I'm not saying necessarily that you would need a family member to have saved money um, for you to go to school. But what I'm saying is that if you do have a family member that has saved money for you for school for college over the years, that would lean more into the argument of you should go. And even if you don't have a family member like that, you could still go to school and do well financially. I would just be a little more careful about financials and all that, because school can be outrageous, and depending on what your major is or what you want to do as a career, it can it can take you a while to really pay that off. And um, So there would be hesitation and I guess pushback, and I totally get all that. Um, and in terms of that decision, if the military is considered in there, uh, just join the military. Um, and then go to school afterwards if you really want. Like I have one of my friends who graduated high school a year before I did. He went to the military right out of high school. He was there for a few years, and he's graduated school, and he's going back to school. He's going back to school for a higher degree. Um, and I applaud him for that. So if you are deciding to go to the military right after school, which thank you for your service in the future, by the way. You have more guts than I do to serve in the army, but you should consider going back to school after you're done serving in the military. Um, and I'm glad that I decided to go back to school and get a higher degree than what I had, because and one day I'll talk about this more in depth in its own story time, but for what I wanted to do specifically in IT, I realized that I had to get a higher degree than what I currently had. So that's mainly why I went back to school. So yeah. And it's not just a blanket statement of, oh, you're thinking about entering the workforce or going to school. Oh, just go to school. It's not cut and dry like that. There's a lot of factors, of course, but yeah, I would recommend it if you can, and if it's really feasible for you. Of course, talk to your uh, family, talk to your guidance counselor if you have one, talk to your teachers. Just talk to the adults in your life and have them help you come up with a decision, because I'm sure that um, they know you well enough to where they should be able to help guide you to make a well-informed decision than what a stranger in a YouTube video can give you. I mean, I don't know your exact situation, like your family or your guidance counselor or teachers would. So just talk to them and see if they would recommend it. But yeah, entering the workforce right after high school is not terrible at all. I don't want to portray it as that. It's good. It's good. I'm glad that I was able to get that work experience and have some cushion in terms of money that I acquired, or that I got in between high school and the tech school. I'm glad that I got that work experience like that, and I was able to get I don't want to say quite a bit of money, but I had some money to where I wasn't starting out college broke, you know. So it was good. It was good. So there's of course, there's pros and cons to entering the workforce right after high school, or um, going to school or going to college right after high school. But college has really helped me um, be happier in life, and I can look back on it um, now, and I'm talking like I'm an old man. No, I'm not an old man, but I've been out of high school for quite a while, or not quite a while, but I've been out of high school for a while now, and I can say that I look back on the decisions that I made in terms of um, where I went to school and how, what kind of decisions like that I have made to get my life to where it is now. And I don't regret them. I don't regret them at all, and I'm very happy with where I am in life and where I ended up and where I hope to ultimately end up um in life. So uh yeah, but if I had continued to work in that factory right after high school, I might not be able to say that. But yeah, that's kind of what I think about that. But and CS guys, I do believe that that will do it for this storytime video and Slink storytime video. I will see you later. Goodbye, guys. Thank you all for watching.